Did you know there's a real theory about where the Minions were hiding during World War II? And did you know Minions have been alive since before the dinosaurs even existed? Today we're decoding 10 hidden secrets behind everyone's favorite yellow freaks, the Minions. But first, if you love Minions, drop a banana emoji. And if you're a fan of Despicable Me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. Why do Minions love bananas so much? If you've ever paid close attention to a Minion talking, most of it somehow makes perfect sense once you actually listen. And if it didn't make sense to you the first time, don't worry, there's still plenty more to learn. At the core of it, bananas represent something simple, pure, uncomplicated joy. In a franchise built on chaos, obsession with power, and constant villain hopping, the banana is the one thing that never lets a Minion down.
Oh, banana. Banana.
Number 2. Where did the Minions actually come from? Did you know Minions have technically outlived the dinosaurs? Like most living beings, Minions were once single-celled organisms fighting to evolve underwater. As a survival tactic, they attached themselves to the largest predator they could find, allowing them to grow into the pill-shaped creatures we recognize today. This origin story isn't just their literal beginning, it explains their entire personality. Minions have always served the most evil leader they could find, which shows their motives are biological just as much as they are moral. In that same origin sequence, we see the Minions riding a T-Rex. That ages them all the way back to the late Cretaceous period, roughly 66 million years ago. Their resilience has clearly paid off. Since they didn't just outlast the dinosaurs, they became a cultural phenomenon. And in an interview, creator Pierre Coffin revealed he considered dating the Minions as far back as the Big Bang itself, implying they were part of the creation of the universe. We haven't seen that on screen yet, but if it's true, there might be a little bit of Minion inside all of us. Number 3. Are the Minions actually evil? Did you know there's an actual philosophical debate about whether Minions have free will? When discussing moral philosophy, you genuinely cannot exclude the Minions. They've famously assisted evil masters throughout history. Gru, Count Dracula, even Napoleon Bonaparte, but none of them ever felt like the right fit. One particular employer took their failure especially badly. Without a master, the Minions had no purpose. They became aimless and depressed, to the point where, if that continued, they would have perished entirely. There's a real case to be made that Minions aren't acting out of a lack of morality, but pure biological determinism. Their history has taught them that serving a leader is the only thing keeping them alive. So can we actually hold them accountable for their crimes? There's one moment that proves they still have free will. In Minions and Monsters, the Minions hijack a moving train to help a cowboy escape capture, but the train loses control and barrels toward a woman and her baby. If the Minions were truly immoral agents of chaos, they'd let the train run its course. Instead, they use everything they have to make sure no civilians get hurt. If Minions can comprehend moral gray areas in a high-stakes, trolley problem-level scenario, they can't be purely evil. They're just a little evil. Number 4. Can Minions actually be killed? Did you know Minions are virtually indestructible? This is confirmed both within the film lore and by the creator himself. But there's one caveat. If a Minion is giving you trouble and you need him taken care of, you can launch him into space. He'll float there for all of eternity, never uttering another banana again. Well, maybe he still will, but if a Minion says banana in the empty depths of space with nobody around to hear it, is he functionally dead? Sort of. Kind of. Yeah. Number 5. Why are there no female Minions? Did you know there has never been, and seemingly never will be, a female Minion? When you think of Minions, the first things that come to mind are probably yellow skin, goggles, bananas, and gender politics. Creator Pierre Coffin has explained that Minions are considered too clumsy, too messy, and too dumb to be women. Meanwhile, women are expected to be everything: perfect, proper, smart, never evil. And where does that get them? Locked out of even reaching the heights of minionhood. By this logic, a Minion could sooner become Pope than a human woman could become one of them. Number 6. How many Minions actually exist? It sounds like a simple question, but there's been a surprising amount of conflicting information about the total number of Minions in existence. Based on an official census from Illumination, there are 10,400 Minions in total, though only 899 of them were originally designed as part of Gru's army. But perception is reality, and in terms of animation style alone, there are actually 48 distinct Minion body types that exist across the franchise. Regardless Regardless of height, eye count, or number of hair squiggles, every single minion has a place in the lair. Number 7. What is the actual biology of a minion? Did you know minions don't reproduce at all? They simply exist. It's canon that minions do not have bones. They also don't have reproductive organs, though for the record, they do have butts. The franchise has clearly established that minions aren't born and don't grow the way normal organisms do. They just are, and somehow that's less strange than half the other things on this list.
All right, are we comfy? Doesn't matter! This is torture!
Number 8. What exactly is Minionese? Did you know the Minions language is actually a deliberately constructed mix of real-world languages? Minionese, the official language of the Minions, is a linguistically complex blend of world languages, sprinkled with guttural sounds and fart noises to help emphasize their points. Some people dismiss it as gibberish, but that's disrespectful to the surprisingly thought-out history behind it. The creator's own rule was to mix in as many funny-sounding words as possible into a single sentence, then find the most natural way to say it out loud. In a way, Minions and the Despicable Me franchise represent a celebration of cultural diffusion. Kids across the entire world can enjoy the Minions in all their glory, no matter what language they actually speak at home. Number 9. Are minions actually real? Did you know there's technically an argument that minions are real? Have you ever seen a summer breeze? Have you ever seen the warm, comforting laugh of a friend? Have you ever seen hope in a child's eyes? No, you haven't. But you've felt it, you've embraced it, you know it in your heart to be true. So yeah, point proven. Minions, real, confirmed. Number 10. Where were the Minions during World War II? Did you know fans have wondered for years whether the Minions actually served Hitler? It's the question everyone's afraid to ask out loud. Creator Pierre Coffin insists they did not. Based on the events of the first Minions film, they were deep in hibernation from 1812 all the way up until 1968, a suspiciously convenient alibi that just so happens to skip over both world wars entirely. But here's the wrinkle. In Minions and Monsters, we learn there are many different tribes of minions, and the events of that film actually take place in the late 1920s, years before that hibernation is supposed to have started. So, which timeline is true? We'll probably never get a Minions film that directly confirms or denies their role in World War II, but based on everything we know about them, we're fairly confident the Minions can navigate the moral weight of human rights violations, and they wouldn't work for Hitler. Minions don't discriminate, unless, of course, you're a woman, but more on that later. And that's it. Which one surprised you the most? The Hitler theory, or the fact that Minions have technically been alive since the dinosaurs? Let me know in the comments. If you want part 2, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're uncovering even more secrets behind the Minions next time.